and welcome to the final round of the Castrol Toyota Formula Regional Oceania Championship, which this week comes from the majestic setting of Highlands Motorsport Park in the heart of central Otago on the South Island. There are 3 races to go and a championship on the line, and for the first time ever, the New Zealand Grand Prix will be held here in Cromwell.
And as always happened, it seems, in this championship over 19 years, it's between just 2 men for the championship. Liam Skeets of New Zealand and this man, Roman Bielinski of Poland. There are 56 points between them going into the last 3 races, which include the 68th running of the New Zealand Grand Prix. And that's a good lead for Bielinski, but he of all people knows it's not enough. 90 points in total up for grabs. And there's a host of other great stories that could all come into play. What about this man, Bryce Aaron, and his fellow countryman, Jacob Abel, coming from Indy Next for the last 6 races. They want to win the Grand Prix and they want to get big points going into their next season. But there's also this man. How about this for a story? Ryder Quinn, grandson of the man who owns Highlands Motorsport Park, Popeye his name, his grandfather. Wouldn't that be a story if he could win the Grand Prix? So many great stories. Jet Bowling, what has he done in 5 weeks? Absolutely stunning how far forward he's come. Likewise, Tyler Sherlock's. It's been up and down for him, but he too could be in contention. Jake Vernier, another man to watch out for. But another story to watch out for is Patrick Wood's Toff. The Canadian is in 3rd place at the moment with Natoa, just 2 points between them for that battle. He looks as though he'll wrap up the rookie's title, but he wants 3rd overall, and he probably wants to win the Grand Prix. And one more bit of spice. Guess who's come back? The man who was runner-up in this championship last year, Callum Hedge. He was 3rd in the Grand Prix. He's headed to Indy Next. Right after this, could he be the spoiler? It's all to play for here at Highlands.
Welcome to Highlands Motorsport Park. 4 kilometres is the total track length. The track is broken down into 3 sectors. Sector 1 and Sector 3 have some very, very fast, high consequence corners, and there's a total of 14 turns. Onto the bridge is one of the highest action zone parts of the track. Very, very fast, nearly flat through there, and then airborne up over the bridge.
This is probably the most anticipated session, qualifying for both the first race of the weekend and the Grand Prix. Race 2, of course, will be a reverse top 8 as it has throughout. Bielinski is setting the pace at the moment, a 1:28.0. That's the time to beat at the moment, but we're keeping an eye on Callum Hedge. Hedge looking for a good result. He's counting 15th position, but he's now just popped up to 2nd. And that's bad news for Tyler Sherlock, and not for the first time this weekend. There are 4 minutes to go in this session, and Bielinski is still topping the times at the moment, but it could change very quickly, and we'll try to keep you up to date with it. At Hedge's 2nd, Nato, who had a big off at the exit of the bus stop yesterday, ripped the left-hand side off the car, but glad to say he's okay, and obviously they fixed the car because he's there in 3rd position.
That's Bielinski in the wall in the southern loop. He's made a mistake.
This championship has just turned on its head, Andrew Waite, because that means he is going potentially to drop down from that qualifying position of 1st, but more importantly, he won't go through. Does anybody else squeeze into the top 13? Cleary does.
Drops him back down. Madsen drops down 1, back into 14.
Oh, just missing out because Patrick Wood's Toff got into 13th position. Not been a good session. But how about this? Jet Bowling is through to Q2. Skeets got 2nd quickest, and by my estimations, that puts him pole for the first race. My word, how things are changing. We're into qualifying 2. Important lap, this one for Liam Skeets, knowing his rival is out. He needs to keep going through qualifying. This should be an important lap. Skeets currently 11th, and he does improve to 3rd. 1:28.3 from Liam Skeets. That's enough, I think. No, that's Shin. Oh no, and he smashed into the last corner, which means Ryder can't finish this lap. Yeah, there you see it.
That's a shocker for Ryder.
Oh, another crash.
Natoa
has done the same thing he did yesterday and smashed the left-hand side of the track. Red flag is out. Callum Hedge is faster still at the moment. Ger is 2nd. Skeets is 3rd. They're all safe. Shin was in 4th position, but has crashed out heavily. Let's hope he's okay. Nantoa, likewise, was right behind him in 5th. Abel, 6th. Aaron, 7th. Crosby, 8th. But drama indeed. Now we turn our attention to the last 8 shootout. Now this will decide the grid for the 68th running of the famous New Zealand Grand Prix. Cher is now the quickest. Well, in fact, Abel's just gone even quicker, 27.9. The time's dropping dramatically now. Can Hedge beat Abel? Cher still second. Here comes Callum Hedge to complete his lap. He's 6th at the moment, and he goes 2nd. Here comes Skeets.
Oh, right out towards the walls.
Skeets goes quickers. 1:27.805. That was superb. What does Hedge do? Oh, Callum! 1:27.756 to go provisional pole. Here comes Skeets. He's chasing his own time of 1:27.805. He crosses the line now and does go quicker. 1:27.720. This is insane.
3/100ths. It is so tight between these top 2. Can Hedge respond? Green sectors, Sector 1 and Sector 2. Can he get the pole position?
He could. Abel is not a factor, but this man, Callum Hedge. And here he comes to take the checkered flag. Callum Hedge does not improve. And that means the other Aucklander, that is Liam Skeets, will take the pole for the Grand Prix.
Won the Lady Wigram Trophy last weekend, and I just wonder, Mr. Pole Position for the Grand Prix, Liam Skeets, has that done wonders for you?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's great to be on the best seat in the house for the Grand Prix, but I fully realise that the job's not done. Still got a lot more work to do. So yeah, really focused on tomorrow.
P1 in race 1, you've got Callum beside you as well. But you got to stay in front of Roman. I have to bring it up. You got to stay in front of him to keep this championship alive.
Yeah, of course. That's probably the main goal. But glad to see Roman's okay. Yeah, you hate to see that, but yeah, I mean, double pole. I didn't expect it, but yeah, it's a great surprise.
Well, the work has started with 2 pole positions for M2 competitions. Liam Skeets, and now fresh off his first ever win in the series, still with a chance of winning it all, Greg Rust sat down for a chat with Liam Skeets.
So here we are, the title deciding round of the championship, and before you sit down for this interview, you and your main rival are having a bit of a laugh. Because, I mean, you're teammates at the same time too, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, on track, of course, we race hard, but clean and fair at the same time. And yeah, off track, it's as enjoyable. We've kind of formed a good friendship, to be honest.
Tell me about the season so far.
I think one win hasn't really reflected how good of a championship we've actually had and how close we have been to winning on a few occasions. So yeah, to go into the last round, second in the championship and with a good shot at the title, it shows how good of a season we've had.
How do you feel like you've grown as a racer over these 5 weeks?
This championship is so good for growing in all aspects of motorsport, not just the driving, but the media stuff and the engineering stuff, and also, sponsorship stuff leading up to this. So yeah, I feel like a lot more complete racing car driver. I wish I could do this championship again next year just because of how beneficial it is for my career.
The title or the New Zealand Grand Prix? Which one do you want the most?
I mean, both. It's hard to say, but yeah, the New Zealand Grand Prix would be very special. And yeah, to be here at Highlands Motorsport Park for the first time competing for the New Zealand Grand Prix, it's going to be surreal come Sunday.
Can we finish with last week? To have your name on the Lady Wigram Trophy amongst some of the absolute legends of the game, what did that mean to you?
Yeah, that was a very surreal moment for myself, my family, all my partners. To get my maiden win in CT Frog meant a lot to me, and especially to win a one like that, with names like Kenny Smith, Paul Radisich, Daniel Gauntner, have all helped me along the way, made it even more special. So yeah, it gives me great confidence heading into this weekend, and yeah, I'm just looking to replicate that.
Well done. Give it full gas.
Thank you very much.
In terms of the grid for this race, Skeets starts pole position. Callum Hedge coming in this weekend starts alongside him. Then it's Shin, we hope will be back. Belinsky, we know, will be back and starts. Then it's Abel and She, 5th and 6th. Bryce Aaron starts in 7th, Crosby 8th. Then it's Ryder Quinn in 9th and Elliot Cleary of Australia in 10th. Bowling of the USA and Woods Toff from Canada, 11th and 12th. Manson from New Zealand for Curie of Brazil, 13th and 14th. Matriano Lim from USA, Bonilla, the same up-and-coming Americans. And Titus Sherlock, who had an off in practice, will start at the back for this one. Out go the lights, away we go. Skeets gets away well and defends his position. Heads didn't get a brilliant start, but it's a good start from Belinsky too. He's up to third. He's got past Shin as they dive into the bus stop for the first time. The Retco bus stop and into the Southern Loop. Nice clean start too.
Everyone that threw there cleanly. It was a little bit 3 wide, bit further down the field. But fantastic start there by Liam Skeets, now out in front.
Yeah, he needed that. And look at Belinsky already putting pressure on Hedge, and Hedge will soak up that pressure. And this is the first time these two have raced, and it's also the first time that Hedge will use these Pirelli tyres in a race situation. We saw earlier in the season Christian Mansell made a couple of mistakes about being too aggressive on these Pirellis, and that can happen quite easily. So we'll see how he goes. Titus Sherlock, we thought he had a problem. You were right.
Yeah, some sort of issue going wrong with that right rear, which is carried on the board and into the lane to make sure that's fixed properly.
Abel got away well, and a good start from Patrick Woods Toff. I noticed he was flying too. Here comes Aaron up the inside at the back of the circuit, makes up a place on Crosby.
Early on the gas for him there, the rear slid out, nearly got Crosby, but nice of Crosby to just open that wheel that little bit so they didn't make contact. Just airborne up over the bridge.
Beautiful. I love to see that, and that was great stuff from Skeets. Also keeping an eye on Woods Toff. He's made up some places, and he's fighting for the Rookie Championship, remember. Look at him here in the thick of it. And there's Crosby too. They come across the line. 17 to go after this, and it's 1, 2, 3. Skeets, Hedge, Belinsky.
Hedge starting to get defensive now. He's defending that position off Belinsky. As this championship starts unraveling just that little more, Belinsky be wanting to do everything he can to get ahead of Hedge, because if it stays like it is now, this championship continues on to the first race tomorrow.
And that was a very good lap from Skeets. He's up the pace again with his fastest lap at 1:29.0, and that just opens it up just slightly now as Hedge continues to battle with Belinsky. And so the gap, as you can see visually, is now creeping up.
Seems like Skeets has just sort of taken it to that next level. He's seen what's happening behind, and he's decided to put his foot down there a little bit more as Belinsky has another little look to the inside, just showing his nose once again on Hedge.
It seems like that's the most comfortable place he's looking likely to make a move, because he jinxed there every time in that bump.
Yeah, that pressure is starting to mount even more. Lock up.
Ooh, Roman's got to be careful. Just locking up there and almost banged into the back of Hedge, and can't risk that and can't risk flat spotting the tyres. So I think if he's going to make a move, he needs to do it. Skeet sits at 28.8. He is flying. This is impressive stuff by Liam Skeets. He's taken the gap now to 1.6 seconds.
So outright TRS lap record for Liam Skeets now. The fastest one of these cars has ever been around this track.
He starts his last lap. This has been immaculate so far from Liam Skeets. He's just got to make it now through the woods twice more, and he's got this.
Leaders commence the last lap. Leaders commence the last lap.
This is a nice performance by Skeets. This is what I was expecting at the start of the season, but by his own admittance, it took him time to learn the Pirellis. He's only ever driven Hancocks and Dunlops in Japan and here in New Zealand.
Yep, this has been faultless, this race for him. He hasn't put a foot wrong the whole race, and the smile from his engineer there, I think says it all. Smirk, shall we call it. Well, he knows that his driver is coming into his own at the right end of the season. Yes, the championship is going to be a long shot, but that New Zealand Grand Prix coming up tomorrow is all eyes on for Liam Skeets. He's got the pace. He's looking confident.
You know, over the 19 years of this championship, Toyota have had many slogans. One was believe, the other was finding New Zealand's next world champion. In this man, Liam Skeets, they may have found both, because he is absolutely starting to believe in himself right now.
Yeah, he absolutely is, and especially at a track like this, as we're saying, once you've got that confidence, things just get so much easier.
Their other slogan, of course, is let's go places. And right now, Liam is about to change the gap in the championship and keep this championship wide open and alive. With 2 races to go, he comes out of the last corner in sees the nicest thing in motor racing, the checkered flag and the win, his second of the season. Confirmation of the results then. M2 beat M-Tech. Skeets beats Hedge, Belinsky in third for M2, and likewise Shin for M2 in fourth, and Abel for M-Tech in fifth.
Your winner from pole position goes back-to-back when you think about it. Wins the Lady Wigram Trophy last weekend, wins race one. Man, you're in a good space, Liam.
Yeah, really happy to get the win today. Gives me great confidence for what's more important tomorrow. But yeah, really stoked. Can't thank M2 Competition, their team, enough for this.
We keep talking about this word confidence. Is it growing after last week?
Yeah, of course. I mean, winning last week obviously gave me a big confidence boost heading into this weekend. I'm in a really good place. So yeah, eyes on the Grand Prix.
What about race two? You've got to keep that championship alive.
Yeah, of course. Championship is in the back of my mind as well. Good to make ground in the championship to Roman. Race two, just want to keep it clean, not have any mistakes which could prohibit us from starting the Grand Prix. But, the main focus is the GP.
Nice race, mate.
Thank you very much.
So, Liam Skeets of New Zealand keeps his hopes alive, but there's still a mountain to climb here at Highlands. And after the break, race two and the 68th running of the New Zealand Grand Prix. Join us after this. Welcome back to Highlands. Now going into race two, Roman Belinsky of Poland is on the verge of capturing his first ever major international motor racing title. Greg Rust found out just how he's feeling.
Hey, welcome. How do you feel coming into Highlands?
Yeah, obviously I'm very nervous every time I step in the car because obviously I have a big championship on the line, but no, the atmosphere is pretty incredible, so really looking forward to it. The team's also put a lot of hard work, so I think we really deserve it, so I'm going to be giving everything to see if hopefully we can do that.
What do you think of Highlands?
Absolute insane track. As we go over the bridge, the car's jumping in the air, four wheels in the air, it's crazy.
Just out of shot, I reckon I saw your dad before. Is he here with us for the New Zealand Grand Prix?
He's here, my mum's here. They're extremely passionate. You'll probably see my dad crying sometime in the weekend. We've been through so much together, and it's nice for them all to be here.
We always hope that this series will be something of a launch pad for people. Has it helped to open some doors for you?
100%. I'm already signed for 2024 Europe with Trident in Freca. After that, we're looking at sponsorship really to see if I can hopefully carry on racing. But no, my goal is to be a Formula 1 World Champion, and I'm going to give everything to be there. But for sure, this championship's opened up so many doors.
It is one of the few races in the world, not in Formula 1, to be called a Grand Prix. A lot of Kiwis want to win it this weekend. What sort of reception are you expecting? How tough are you thinking that'll be?
For sure it's going to be tough, and the surprise entry of Callum as well. He was on pole here, I think, last year by 6/10. I mean, some great drivers. Liam, my teammate, my other teammates. Not going to be easy, but I'm going to give everything, absolutely everything, as I always do, and I hope, honestly, I just want to do the best I can do, and we'll see what happens.
Let's take a look at the grid, reverse top 8, and that means that Bryce Aaron starts from pole for the first time. Patrick Woodstock starts alongside in second place. Then it's Jacob Abel. So, 3 interesting guys at the front, and Michael Shin is fighting Woodstock for third overall. Good battle there. Belinsky and Hedge lining up again as they did yesterday to fight each other, but just behind is the man that's got to get in front of Belinsky, and that's Skeets and Cher. Knocked back to 8th for a penalty of a jump start yesterday. Cleary and Manson, 2 youngsters starting out. Manson looking for his best finish, and then it's Bowling, most improved in my opinion. Quinn, 12th position for him. Then Crosby still fighting for the top honours in rookie, but he's got a work to do. Vicuri alongside him in 14th, the Brazilian. And then it's Matriano Lim, 15th, and Jake Bonilla of San Antonio, Texas, in 16th position in Kiwi Motorsport. At the back, Sherlock, boy, if it wasn't for bad luck, he wouldn't have any. Out go the lights, away we go, and a good start from Ryder. A good start from Cleary too. Woods top. Gets away well. Shin slots into third. Belinsky in fourth, but it's going to be Bryce Aaron leading them through the Retco bus stop for the first time.
Not a good start for Liam Skeets. Had to take evasive action onto the grass, so he's lost a good 4 to 5 places. This is not good to try keep that championship hope alive for him.
Yeah, poor start from Liam Skeets, and everybody through. Sherlock already looking to get out of last place. He's quicker than that, and he knows it. So they come into the S's section before they head under the bridge for the first time towards the 86 carousel. 18 laps to go in this reverse top 8. And Woods Top got away well, but he's still in second place. And Bryce Aaron already starting to build on that lead, the young American. Heading down now to the forest section for the first time.
Flat out all the way through there before they're on the brakes, over the bumps, before making their way back down the next straight, heading towards the bridge.
Sherlock's already made 3 places up from the back. And how about this for an overtake? Whoa!
That was a massive moment by Abel there. Sideways up onto the bridge.
Roman Belinsky not holding back either. And that was, like you say, a big moment over the bridge for Abel. Locks up again the front left. Belinsky all over him.
He is under pressure. Wants to try hold on to that third position.
Quick glimpse of Cher. He, just in case you're wondering why he started so far back, he got a penalty for a jump start in race 1. That means he started 8th. And Bryce Aaron sets the pace at a 1:34.4, but that will drop dramatically as through the bus stop they come again. Belinsky all over the American Abel. Long way to go in this, and obviously we're watching Belinsky. He's ahead of Skeets and right now on line for the championship.
Belinsky has a look up the inside.
That's a nice move. Well, he jigged to it before, and that looked very easy indeed. He made it look easy anyway. And as Belinsky moves up a place and towards that championship, his rival Skeets, and here comes Abel back at him. They touch wheels for a second there. Oh, that was a big dramatic moment there as they both come over the bridge. That's a little too close for my comfort. Meanwhile, Liam Skeets, by the way, is down in 10th position, and I think after that poor start, he's kind of got to rechange the game here for what he's thinking he should do. There he is, just ahead of Ryder Quinn, and Quinn already biting at his heels at the moment.
Also with the gaps in the rookie championship, so Patrick Woods Top is quite far out in front with that one, 54-point gap, so he will be crowned rookie champion if it stays away. He is doing a great job sitting there in position number 2, but Roman Belinsky just done the fastest lap of the race, 4 tenths quicker than Woods Top on that last lap.
And Belinsky has put on a great show for the last 5 weeks.
Look how much it means to Dad. Dad just wants to see him wrap this championship up.
You got this, Pop, don't worry. Hang on.
Without family, it can't be done.
Oh, look at this. He's doing the same move at the same place on the track, and he's going to pull it off. Woods Top, though, is mighty when it comes to overtakes. They're side by side. Something's got to give. You've got to be careful, Roman. Don't risk it all now. But he's just pulling out of it, and he knows what a competitor Woods Top can be, and he's thought better of it, and that was a smart move.
Belinsky just needs to play this safe. He's got the championship in the bag if he stays where he is. As he goes up the inside once again.
Same again. Now he's got him. Woods Top will try to come back as quickly as he can. He's just got to get there to the bridge. It's first man to the bridge, and Belinsky's got it this time. Well done, Roman. Look at this. Belinsky all over Bryce Aaron. He's caught up with him in no time. Belinsky's going to go and try and win this.
And that's what we've got to remember. He doesn't need to win this to win the championship. Where he is at the moment, the championship is already his. But he is putting pressure on Bryce Aaron to try and take the win.
Oh, I love it. A true racing driver only wants to win. I've never heard one. he's in the car with him. He's absolutely right there. He's twitching from side to side. Poor Dad. I feel for Liam Skeets. He put so much effort into this, but right now down in 9th position. And of course, obviously, the team want him on the podium so that when it's not an extra bit, he's there on his own right. He's going for the lead now.
It might be more than just a podium as he goes to the outside. Makes Aaron go narrow.
And that's a beautiful switch back. He's got a side-by-side with Aaron, who made a mistake there. Now it's the run towards the bridge. He slots back in and thinks better of it for this time. Now he slots out again, jinks in. Got to be careful, Roman. And now here comes Patrick Woods Top to say, nah, I'll come and have some of that. Back into second goes Woods Top. Belinsky won't be happy with that at all. That's the last thing he wanted. Oh, and he's on the grass. Oh, Roman, be careful, sir. You got a championship to think about.
He's got the switchback though. Is he going to be able to get up the inside of the last corner? Not quite. There's a lap still ticked down as we come up to receive the last lap board. One more lap for Roman Belinsky to wrap up this championship.
Here we go then, last lap. And let's take nothing away from Bryce Aaron. This will be his first victory here in New Zealand as well. He has put on an immaculate performance. Here comes Belinsky on the outside for the last time. He gets the switchback. They're side by side again. He's going to try, you know. He's going to give it a go. Last Chance Hotel, the bridge beckons. Oh, he has to give out.
Yeah, you could hear he just had to feather the throttle on the exit of the corner. He was so close to doing what he was trying. But here he comes. 2 to 3 more corners to navigate.
Here we go then. Last corner. And this has been the race of a champion. He's going to be champion. He's number 4. He's Roman Belinsky, and he's going to take the title. Aaron takes the win. Woodstock second, but your new champion of the championship. And I don't need to say any more because Mum and Dad are saying it for all of us.
How does this sound? 2024 Castrol Toyota Formula Regional Oceania champion.
I don't know what to say. What a crazy race, crazy season. Thank you so much to everyone. It's been amazing. I didn't think it would go this well, but we've all worked so hard, and I don't know what to say.
Well, you're a champion, and Mum and Dad are incredibly proud of you. You gave us a few nervous moments trying to get past.
Yeah, I hope I put a good show on for everyone watching. I really gave it everything, but these guys were just so fast today. But no, I wanted to do my second last race here, just giving absolutely everything. So no, massive thank you to M2, my parents. My dad's crying now, you can see him, but
he's been doing a lot of that.
Yeah, I know, he does that sometimes, but no, I'm over the moon. So massive thank you to M2, Jonathan, Mark, Elise, everyone back there, and my Victor, my engineer. They've just done an incredible job. My mechanics as well. Without them, I couldn't do this.
In context of your young career, how important is this championship win?
Massively. I mean, you know the drivers that have come through this championship, so the super license points as well. Obviously, there's so much to come with it, but yeah, it's obviously huge. Also, I hope the donuts were a nice show if they were on TV, but yeah, incredible feeling.
So Roman Belinsky wins the title, and with that comes 18 super license points, 40 needed for Formula One. He's well on his way to the pinnacle of motorsport. Bryce Aaron wins his first race in New Zealand, and Canadian youngster Patrick Woods-Toth wins the rookie trophy. All here with a full Grand Prix still to come. We'll take a short break. More action from Highlands after this. Welcome back to Highlands Motorsport Park. Just one race to go, but it's a big one. The 68th running of the New Zealand Grand Prix. And a chance to win a trophy that has been in New Zealand and being challenged for since 1950. It's a huge moment for all these young drivers. And on the front row sit 2 Kiwis. Liam Skeets, the runner-up in the championship, and last year's runner-up, Callum Hedge. So on the front row, the 2 Kiwis, Liam Skeets and Callum Hedge. Then Jacob Abel, yet to win a Grand Prix, and Gerard G is alongside him. There's Alex Crosby in 5th, and Bryce Aaron, already a winner today. Then Michael Shin and Elliot Cleary of Australia. Ryder Quinn lines up alongside Patrick Woods-Toth in 10th position. Jet Bowling of Kiwi Motorsport and Roman Belinsky, our current champion. Then Sebastian Manson, just 16 years of age. Titus Sherlock, runner-up in F4 in the US. Lucas Facuri coming back for his 2nd season. And Landon Matriano limp. Jake Bonilla said to his mum before the race, "Hey Ma, we get 12 extra minutes on track. It worked it out." Right, so away we go. Skeets gets away well, superbly in fact. And now Hedge has to slot in. Shin's right there too. Abel looking for a way past. She got away well, but that was a superb start from Liam Skeets, just what he needed. And it's side-by-side action for 3rd place. Abel has to go onto the grass for a minute and almost gets sideways and thrown out. But he's managed to hold on in the 51 and takes 3rd position as they high through the Southern Loop for the first time. She goes high and wide and way too wide. Touches crosses the barrier and somehow saves it. But the Chinese driver somehow gets back out on track. Surely he'll have to come in for a pit stop, if not for just new overalls.
Yeah, that was a few massive moments for him there, getting caught up into the bus stop as well, side by side, launching over the curb. And Belinsky already, he's made up a lot of moves.
Yeah, he's up against his nemesis, though, Woodstock, who doesn't give an inch and never does, and didn't in the first race and the second. And Crosby got away well. Up there in fourth position, he's gained a place. He's got ahead of Shin. Then comes Bryce Aaron, Woodstock again. And Elliot Cleary got away well too. And Belinsky side by side with Top as they head towards this very tricky left and right over the bridge.
Oh, Callum Hedge got the inside curb. Front of the car came off the ground. He's pressing on. He's putting as much pressure as he can on Liam Skeets ahead in these opening laps.
Well, you said push on as hard as you can in the first lap to find your position. And that's exactly what's happening. Look at this. Jet Bowling and Ryder Quinn side by side as they cross the bridge. Now, to finish this first lap, and Skeets comfortably in the lead, but Hedge hunting him down as Abel holds on somehow to third place, having bounced across the curves on the exit of the bus stop.
They're all going wide.
No. What's happened?
There's gravel on the track through there. I think there's a lot of gravel, so you can see a lot of drivers going wide through that
Crosby
part of the
lost
track.
out several places, and through comes Shin on Abel. Oh, and they touch. Abel's been in all sorts of trouble. They touched twice.
I think there might be a bit of wing damage there to Abel. Maybe not. I think he got away with that, only just.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Several cars just suddenly jinked right, didn't they? Including Crosby, who's lost out a lot of places and is now fighting with Cleary.
It was actually Skeets initially. Skeets even the same thing as we see Shear here in the lane, obviously after going wide. But Skeets was the first one to go wide there, and then straight after that, Callum Hedge also followed him through. So there's obviously a lot of gravel on that part of the track.
Oh, Belinsky up the inside on Cleary. And nicely done by our champion, Roman Belinsky. Has he made it stick? No, they're still side by side. He's got the outside line. He's behind Crosby, and he wants to get through, and he's done so. I said after race 2, didn't I, to you, that I could see a podium coming from Belinsky just because of the attitude he took to winning the championship. Skeets just did the fastest lap of 1:31.4.
Yeah, and I think after that race this morning, seeing how good Belinsky was in traffic, before that race, I sort of discounted him from the Grand Prix thinking, nah, he's too far back. He's not going to get a chance at this. But after that race this morning, seeing how fast he was and these moves that he's been throwing, I think he's still in with a shot if he can clear these next few guys quick enough.
The move he likes is coming up. It's into the left-hander coming up, which is the hairpin, although it's a big hairpin, and he likes to make a nice lunge over that big bump and make it up the inside and make a block pass like this. Thank you, Roman. Just exactly as I was describing. No, that's exactly what he's been doing the whole of this weekend, and he's done it again superbly. Well done. Another lap completed. And this time Hedge puts in the fastest lap at 29.5. No difference really between Skeets and Hedge. They're both in that marker point of 29.5. And we're watching Belinsky versus Aaron.
Every lap, both Hedge and Skeets have been doing exactly the same lap times within hundreds of seconds. Every lap. They're just trading. They're very, very quick out front. That gap is opening out just that little bit more.
And no change out the front. It's been Hedge versus Skeets, and this really is an ultimate showdown. We've talked about what it means to Hedge. Let's talk about for a moment what this means to Skeets. This is the perfect position for him. If he can beat Hedge, who's already got his name made on the international scene, he can do it today. Things start to change for him quickly.
Yep, there's one thing that comes to mind. This will be a springboard for Liam Skeets. If he can win this New Zealand Grand Prix, that elevates him to a level which the world is his oyster, to be able to go anywhere in the world and present himself as New Zealand Grand Prix winner, to join any team to be able to go and race. So it means a lot to him. This could be a career definer. It's certainly looking like Skeets is starting to really command this race. He's pulled that gap out every lap lately. It's 0.4 of a second. Then the next lap is 0.4 again. Shin's actually starting to now close right up on the back of Callum Hedge.
Well, look at this. You can see the gap now has absolutely gone up. The gap is 2.5 seconds now, and in motor racing terms, that is a country mile and is a comfortable lead. It's not when you're a second, maybe 1.2, you're not in you're not clear of the woods, so to speak. But right now, Skeets has put himself in a really good position. And as you point out, Shin's coming fast.
0.7 of a second is what Liam Skeets did pull on that last lap. So that's a massive, massive gain. So Skeets, his car's obviously doing everything we want. We saw it at the Lady Wigram with him. He had such a good car come the end of the race. Didn't look like he was under any sort of pressure. The car looks so well, so settled. So he's doing the same thing in this one. Learned to manage those tyres so much better as this championship's gone on.
Yeah, I got a feeling that maybe the physicality of this race might be also a factor, because Shin is coming quickly, and the time that he's lost to Skeets in just the last 2 laps for Callum Hedge is starting to show, and Shin is reeling him in. When we look at world-class athletes, we often talk about being in the zone, whether it be a golfer, a rugby player, or an Olympic athlete. Well, this is what it looks like in motor racing, when a guy is just absolutely in tune with the machine and has not made one mistake so far. I hope I don't put the druthers on him, but there's no question that he has driven superbly in this one. Pressure from the get-go, but then he put the pressure on himself by extending away from Callum Hedge, and in just a matter of 2 laps or so, he basically took this race and took control of it, and has, like I said, looked as though he's in that zone ever since.
Yeah, and it all clicked from, as I was saying earlier, that Lady Wigram Trophy where he naturally was a lot quicker than he met Belinsky in that race before. So that's where the turning point was, to be able to turn around and come into this race knowing that he is good enough to take this New Zealand Grand Prix. Again, that gap is even bigger now, 4.8 seconds. The last lap, the last time Liam Skeets has had to navigate the forest as he comes down into the S's.
This has been a brilliant display. Pro Drill, Jayco, Omega Rentals, you name it. Tony Quinn we've already mentioned, but the 23 is on his way, and M2 Competition have already wrapped up the team's championship. He took 4th place for them this time last year, but that was up against the likes of Charlie Wirtz and Callum Hedge, and he was the newbie at that time. He's come back to try to go better, and that's exactly what he's done. He won the Lady Wigram Trophy, his first ever win in this series, and from then the confidence was obvious. He's a tall fella all the same, but he's looked about 7'3" when wandering around the paddock since he won that first trophy last weekend, and since then no one's really been able to hold a candle to him. Belinsky made a mistake in qualifying, but by then he was already 6 race wins up the road. This man may be runner-up in the championship, but he's going to win the New Zealand Grand Prix. Liam Skeets wins the 68th running of the New Zealand Grand Prix, and he does it immaculately.
Brilliant drive by Liam Skeets, commanding, big crash on the last lap.
And that was Belinsky. Oh, it was Belinsky. Over Bryce Aaron. Belinsky over Bryce Aaron, sadly. Let's hope they're okay. That was not
those halos, especially for Aaron there doing the job on that last lap.
Well, they haven't, from where they're standing, they can't even see that incident, and that was a nasty, nasty moment, and let's just pray that everybody's okay. Confirmation then of the 68th New Zealand Grand Prix. Skeets, Hedge, Shin, your podium. Abel, Belinsky, Aaron, Crosby, Quinn. 9th, Patrick Woods-Toth. Elliot Cleary rounding out the top 10.
Liam Skeets, there are many iconic names from global Formula One, iconic New Zealand names on the New Zealand Motor Cup. Congratulations, you are the New Zealand Grand Prix champion, the 68th running. How does that sound?
It's unbelievable. I'm speechless. I can't even think right now. I can't believe it, to be honest. I have to give credit to M2 Competition. I mean, the car they gave me, it made it so easy almost to drive. It's...
Lady Wigram Trophy last week, iconic trophy, New Zealand Motor Cup, and it just seems like everything's slotted into place at the back end of the season for you.
Yeah, I mean, this back end of the season's been very strong. I mean, it wasn't strong enough for Roman. I have to give credit to him. He drove an awesome championship, and I love going wheel to wheel with him all season. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really stoked. I think at the start of the season, I thought we were a little bit unlucky not to get some better results, but yeah, now to come on strong at the end of the season, it makes it feel very sweet.
I know your head's probably mush right now, but the importance to this to you for your career and your family.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I wouldn't be here without my family, my mum, my dad, my sister. So, yeah, I hope this. I'm gonna love to share this moment with them. Yeah, it's been a long journey. I feel like all the lows I've experienced in motorsport makes up for this very moment. So, yeah, it's unbelievable.
Congratulations, mate.
Thank you.
So the Grand Prix belongs to Liam Skeets of New Zealand, and well deserved. Roman Belinsky of Poland is our 2024 champion. And like so many others, will he make it to Formula One? The Rookie of the Year and third overall is Canadian Patrick Woods-Topp. Remember that name for the future. An M2 competition, win the team's championship yet again. It's been an amazing 15 races over 5 weeks. Join us next time when we celebrate 20 years of racing excellence. Let's take a look back at what has been an amazing season. Until next time, from me, Jonathan Green, goodbye for now. Welcome to Topor International Motorsport Park and the start of the Castrol Toyota Formula Regional Oceania Championship. It's Belinsky, brilliant at Topo, brilliant stuff, M2 competition. Got 3 races in the can, and now we face 3 more here at Manfield. The competition is getting fast and furious. A Manawatu magic moment for this man, Roman Belinsky, who takes the checkered flag and another win. And it is Christian Mansell who wins in Manawatu. As we reach the halfway point in the championship, it's shaping up nicely. Out go the lights and away we go, and Caleb Nartor does get away well. Wonderful win for Nartor and Giles Motorsport. Well done, Stephen and the team.
1-5 checkered flag.
It's round 4 of CT Frock, and that means there's just 6 races to go. Here he comes for a Canterbury Car Club Classic win for Liam Skeets. Well done.
Epic win by him, well-deserved win.
This is the final round of the Castrol Toyota Formula Regional Oceania Championship for 2024, set in the most idyllic setting of Highlands Motorsport Park. He's gonna be champion, he's Roman Belinsky, and he's going to take the title. Wins the 68th running of the New Zealand Grand Prix, and he does it immaculately.